Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Jim Rule's Nerdastic blog. Here we got a nice camcorder. I'm at my day job where I work for Intertribal Entertainment, and they are kind enough to let me play around with the equipment in the off hours. Got a new phone. Ooh, look at it. It's got a like a purplish blue indigo. Let's go with indigo cover on it. It's the Galaxy Nexus. Got it from got talked into it by a nice guy from Staples. It wasn't a very hard sell. It was G4. It's got a big screen. I can read with it. Got the Kindle going on it, so it's nice. I was thinking of getting a Kindle. No, I don't know if I need one because the face on this is so sizable. But I think I might need to get an iPad. My baby's mama just told me that the iPad was very useful at her school when she was doing oral assessments. She teaches second grade. She was going around giving oral reading assessments, and she was just punching on there any words that they were missing when they were reading. Before, she had to write it all down and then go back and transcribe it. And as probably a lot of you know, funding for our school systems has gone way down. So all their support staff has been cut, and class sizes are getting bigger, and basically teachers under a monstrous time crunch right now. So anything that saves time is pretty awesome for them. Really anything that saves time for anybody. I'm very busy, hence seldom posting these video blogs. By the way, I hope you like the soundtrack. That's Ben Nakai in the other room. He's mixing his music, doing his tunes. We're getting a new sound booth here at Intertribal Entertainment. And we don't have the booth yet, so the sound is permeating the office. So Apple came out with a new iPad today, but it's quad core, which is more than 3 cores. Quad, I like it. 4 is a big number for Native Americans, so that's significant. And it's got a new Retina display, the Retina display, which sounds kind of gross. It sounds like they cut up people's eyeballs in China and then use those to make the display. Don't sue me, Apple. I'm just saying. It sounds like it was designed by Ed Gein or something. It's kind of gross. But I understand it's pretty nice and fancy. And it's G4. Well, what do you know? Apple knows about G4. We finally have an Apple device with a G4. So one of the nice cool things about this is that you can, the Netflix streams nicely with the G4, which my old phone I didn't get to do that. So I'm going through the various and sundry documentaries. I have a 1-hour commute to work and a 1-hour commute home. I don't actually watch the documentaries while I'm driving, but I let them play, and documentaries are narrative driven, so I can listen to them. You get the idea. So lately I've been watching a few different things. I got to see a jazz documentary by Ken Burns. I'm clueless about jazz, don't know a dang thing. I feel like I should know something like that if I want to consider myself sophisticated. I grew up in Weird Al Yankovic. It's kind of the same thing. Dr. Demento, sure. So that was really one of the most interesting things about that was during World War II, jazz music was banned in Germany. Hitler did not like it because it was a music of African American people, I guess. And so in his racist mind, he's like, you can't play that kind of music here. It's horrible. And then later on, they used it as propaganda. They actually made Nazi jazz music that was anti-Semitic. They took jazz hits and then put in anti-Semitic lyrics and then broadcast that towards the Allied troops to just to show how creepy and weird they are. I imagine like, hey, listen to this creepy anti-Semitic jazz music. We need to kill these bastards. All right, let's win this war. So, been very distracted by the NCAA tournament today. Very distracted trying to research what I want to talk to you guys about. And while, I mean, look at that. Rick Majerus won today, St. Louis. I'm so glad to have Rick Majerus back. I love that guy. He's freaking cool. Wherever he's at, he tells about food, and I love food. And he takes random ass schools that should not be good, like Utah and now St. Louis, and he makes them into world beaters. So I love it. I love it. I mentioned documentaries. I've been watching documentaries. A lot of good documentaries out there. There's one on origami. I don't know if I mentioned that. That was really bizarre, and it was good. And it was amazing because it got nerdier every segment through this origami documentary. It's on Netflix Instant Watch. Go ahead, watch it. Just when you think it could not get any nerdier, the next segment's like to the final segment, which is like the nerdiest man on the planet. He's got to be like the top 10 nerds alive. So just for that alone, to see level 5 nerds, I consider myself maybe 3 or 3.5 nerd on the Richter nerd scale. John Carter, another movie. Saw the previews of that. Sounded pretty horrible. I heard there's a ginormous budget on it. Didn't make much money the first weekend. Ooh. But then I went and read some reviews today. Some of the user reviews I see online are actually kind of positive. and my favorite interviewer, James Berardicelli, didn't hate it, and he hates every single movie out there. And it's directed by Andrew Stanton, who brought us Finding Nemo and WALL-E, and they can't all be winners, I guess, apparently. Check out these new duds. These are the N7s from Nike. Nike makes shoes just for Native Americans. I mean, if you look at some of the other postings on here, I actually wrote a bit about these shoes, an earlier version of them. It's a joke I've been doing for a while, and it's really matured, it's really funny. And now I feel like a total douche for doing the joke because someone from Nike saw it and they sent me a letter, and it was kind of scolding, but it was kind of encouraging at the same time. And they sent me these shoes. So, lesson learned. Write jokes about more cool apparel and they will just send you stuff. That's what I've learned. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Nike. But I really like these. Got the little N7 logo there. And the idea about these is that they're made really wide because Native Americans have really wide feet. They're like twice as wide as the normal shoes on normal people. And I'm not normal. I'm Native American, half Native American. But I'm not normal, it turns out. And they fit me really well. And they look kind of cool. And that's not like me because I don't normally wear cool stuff. But send it to me and he will wear it. Send it to him. So that's about it for today. You got the Nike shoes. Shows coming up. I'm going to be in Phoenix on March 28th at the Stand-Up Scottsdale Comedy Club. And then on April 2nd, I will be down in San Diego at the Madhouse Comedy Club during the National Indian Gaming Association Conference. So come check that out. Next week, I'm going to a little wellness conference, Native American Men's and Women's Wellness Conference, to talk about being well and living life in the good way, which I like to do now that I have a little daughter here. I picture my daughter, it's a little blurred out because I don't want you people stalking her or something creepy, but yeah, I care about family and stuff like that. I'm a goody two shoes deep down in her. I think we all know that. Who's threatened by me right now? Nobody. I'm holding Nike shoes. Peace out. Hopefully I'll make another one.